questions that we're gonna answer. What is your favorite thing about your wife?
You wrote that one.
I didn't.
I'm pregnant with my third. My mom made me promise to never leave the house with all three alone. What are your thoughts or advice? Whoa, good luck with that.
As you all see on like my stories, I go grocery shopping with them. I take them to the fair. I take them everywhere alone because you're working all the time. I think a lot of it has to do with your children though. I would not be able to, I've said this before, I would not be able to survive life without Luke. Luke is my child that keeps everybody in line. And I think that you as the mom know how your children act. Here's a question for you. My wife is wanting to quit work. Do you have any advice?
Ooh, now that's a
good one.
That's a really good one. My advice, and I don't know your financial situation,
Sure.
Which obviously matters, but my advice is move towards that. So when Shanisty was still in the news business, she had decided she didn't want to be in that anymore. So we made the steps to get her out, but it wasn't easy. We ended up living with her parents for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Trying to save up money. I completely moved to cities, changed careers, changed jobs. So there were sacrifices, but it's worth it. Happy wife, happy life. I would work towards that, but it's not going to be probably, unless you've got just a really great financial situation, it's probably not going to be an overnight thing. So you guys get on the same page and go, hey, look, here's our 2 or 3 year plan. Maybe you can do it sooner, maybe it's 5 years. But if you're working towards that, it will be easier for her to maintain that work, knowing that you've got a plan. It was fun.
It's
too,
fun. It is
because
fun.
we were working towards something.
Yes. Yeah.
Timing of babies, age gaps, and how did you know you were ready for the next?
Okay.
Does that mean the next, like the 5th one?
No.
Oh.
It does not mean. As I mentioned, Luke and Eden are 15 months apart. Eden and Adam, there are 2 years and
You can't even
2
remember.
months. And then our biggest age gap is between Adam and Jude,
Yeah.
actually. It's almost 3 years. We just really wanted to have a bunch of kids quickly. Now we met later too. Like
Yeah.
the timeline of our relationship was very fast. Children.
What is your favorite Instagram account to follow? It's only a couple billion to choose from. Which one's your favorite? I thought that would be an easy one.
Oh my gosh. Well, now I'm drawing a blank. I love Celeste Barber. She is. I'll link her here. If you're not familiar with her, she is a comedian. She's Australian, and I've sent you stuff before. Like there will be a picture of a supermodel.
Oh yeah, she does like the
and
parodies of the supermodels.
Yeah, and
those are pretty good.
And
actually.
she's hilarious. She has a super hot husband. In fact, I love how your eyes look. His Instagram,
Super hot.
Yeah, he is super hot, and I think his Instagram handle is my hot husband. Like,
are you following her or him?
Instagram's moving towards all this authenticity, and I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I follow you because you're authentic and you have all these kids and da da da." And
Not filtered.
correct, and she is to me the ultimate of that.
So few options to pick from. I would have to say, okay, so this, I don't know what the correct word is. I'm going to say intelligence. Now, I don't mean IQ test or book smart. It's not,
Because I'm not.
It's not what I mean by
I'm not
intelligence.
book smart.
Okay, so for our first date, we just, I think it was 2.5 hours, and we just talked. And it was wonderful, the conversation was great, and that was what first sort of attracted me to you, was your intelligence and you're able to carry on a conversation. What was the question again?
What is your favorite thing about your wife?
Oh yeah, it would definitely be that. All right, moving on very quickly. Ooh, I'm pregnant with my second.
Okay.
What are baby must-haves?
Gosh, there's so many things.
No. Must-haves.
Okay.
Not once or
Okay.
must-haves.
I would say must-haves, and we're not putting a car seat in there because obviously people know you need a car seat.
What if you don't have a car?
We love the boppy. I'm not talking about like the boppy, the breastfeeding round pillow. I'm talking about the giant boppy pillow that's right
yeah.
over there. Yeah. So he's my first child that's taken a pacifier. So that's whole new territory for me. But I have the, I don't know what kind of it's called. It's the kind they give you in the hospital. You've probably seen them. They're
The little green ones?
the little green passy. The Ergo baby carrier, in my opinion, is the best carrier, baby carrier.
Hold yourself up. Be a man.
Do you hear your mommy? We've really fallen in love with the Magnetic Me onesie brand.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump in here.
Yeah.
I used to hate. I've got a list of people who are blacklisted because they gave us those button onesies. And the problem with the button onesies is 2 o'clock in the morning when you're changing a diaper, which I do all the time.
Are you kidding me?
All the time.
You've not done that.
And you can't do the buttons.
I don't think you have changed one of his diapers since he's been born, but continue.
Okay, I used to love the zippers.
Yeah.
Because those were nice, but the magnets, you just basically take the 2 sides and go.
Yeah.
And they just, it's the if it's not a magnet onesie, burn it. That is the absolute best advice I can have. Did you get locked out? Why did you get locked out of Daddy's phone?
This child loves to be swaddled. We call it his Diva Dress. It's the Halo brand fleece swaddle. You probably have seen him wearing it.
It just zips up like a onesie here,
And
their feet are there, and you put their arms here, and there's one panel that goes this way and then Velcros the other, and it keeps him like a little mummy. And he likes it.
All right, here's a question for you.
Okay.
Coming in hot from your brother.
Oh, Brother Joe?
Says, what's up with your mullet?
Okay. Thank you, Joe, for such a serious and thoughtful question. First of all, it's not quite a mullet. So it's not a mullet. Well, okay, so I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. So you probably didn't know this. Big Beastie Boys fan. And they popularized.
You don't even know a single song.
Reinvigorated the mullet. I think in the mid 90s they had a song. Full-time working and mommying. I don't think I can do it. Advice. Whoa. I mean, I think that's ultimately why we got you out of your full-time career.
First of all, this is going to be a very subjective
that's true.
Because I chose not to do it. I think that kind of goes back to the first question that you had was my wife wants to quit work. I wanted to quit. I still work from home. I don't think that work should be the reason why you decide not to have children. I believe that if you want to have children, have a child, and then you can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
You may have this kid
Sleeps 8 hours a night.
and loves exactly, and you can't wait to get back. I have plenty of friends who can't wait to get back to work. Love the adult interaction, love everything about working outside of the home. It's hard to plan for every aspect of your life to have a child. I honestly believe that you should just go and have a kid and everything will fall into place.
I'm just saying it's difficult. To do both of them and do them both well is very difficult because of the time
There's
it takes.
give and take in everything.
Yeah, and so you have to determine if that's something
But I also don't think that, I think that if you want to have a child, you shouldn't let the worry of working full time get in the way of having a child.
No, and if you have a child, I don't think you should also let necessarily that get in the way of your dreams to work.
Correct,
your
your career, yeah.
Either.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Send us your questions, and I don't know, maybe we'll do this again. It depends. Depends on how the children are.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I'm sure the 6 people that watch it will enjoy it.